Good morning, students. Today's our topic is federal and unitary form of government. In this section, I will tell you what is federal government and what is unitary form of government. What are the features of unitary and federal government, and very briefly, how does a federation work in India? Now, any of these first things we have to understand is on what basis we classify our government in unitary and federal form of government. The basis of classifying our government unitary or federal is the physical structure of the government. When you look at the India, you find two forms of government, that is federal. When you look at UK, Britain, one form government, that is unitary. When you look at China, one government. When you look at US, two governments. So wherever you find two governments, it is federal, and a single government is a unitary. To put it in other way, unitary means the government form will be centralized, whereas federal government is decentralized. In unitary government, all the power is vested in one authority, whereas in federal form of government, there will be two authorities. So that is why we always say there is a federal government is marked with a decentralized form and unitary is marked as a centralized form. This is about the unitary and federalism. This is for categorization. Now next thing we have to discuss is what are the features of federal form of government and what are the features of the unitary form of government. Whenever you see federalism, you say two governments, and in India we have two governments. One is central and another is a state. Therefore, we say India as a federal form of government. But in Constitution of India, nowhere it has been mentioned that India is a federal government. India we have first feature is central and state government. That is, in center you will have executive, legislature and judiciary, and in the state also we have executive, legislature and judiciary. Now the point is, what will be the parliament will do, what will the state legislature do, what will be the work of state legislature, and what will be the work of parliament. Unless we have clarity on this particular point, there will be confusion between what work will be performed by parliament and state legislature, what work will be divided between the center and the state. So this is clear now. Next is the division of power. uh, what will be the role of the state and what will be the role of the central government, their responsibilities, these things. Whenever we talk about the federalism, the equation that is the state will have equal importance with that of a center. The center and the state should get their power from the same authority. If center is a source of the power to the state and the state is a source of power to the center, they tend to become too powerful. If center is giving power to the state, then center is becoming more powerful than state. And if state is a source giving power to the center, then state is becoming more powerful than center. Instead of becoming center or state to be source powerful, what ideally do is we can ensure that there should be the other authority where the center and the state getting the power, and that power is Indian Constitution. Next is supremacy of the constitution is both the center and the both the center and the state will have supremacy of the constitution only. Apart from the supremacy of the constitution, there should be independent judiciary. When you have federal form of government, the meaning of this is there can be disputes between the center and the state. Then you need a judiciary which is neither controlled and by the state government or central government, uh, right? To deal in a fair manner means for this is finally justice should be ensured to the agreed parties without any favoritism or bias, for which we need independent judiciary. That is why we say independent judiciary is also the feature of the federal form of government. Bicameralism is nothing but means you should have two houses in the parliament. What is the relationship between bicameralism and federalism form of government? Bicameralism is important to form a federal form of government because Today, when India government make a law, makes decision, it is not implemented anywhere. If it is implemented in entire country, including states in India, the point here it is to important is the state should have mentioned ways to participate in whatever the parliament does, and what finally all the decisions, laws made by the parliament are implemented in states. Therefore, it is important that states should participate in the parliament whatever it does, and this is facilitated through bicameralism. It provides for two houses, one representing the people of India, the other representing the states of India. Through bicameralism, we can ensure the states participate in lawmaking process. The constitution should be very rigid. You cannot change the constitution by simple majority. You will need majority greater than the simple majority to change a constitution. You cannot affect change in constitution easily. The reason why it is related to the federalism. In any change that you make in constitution can affect not just the people of India but also the states in the India. That is why the reason the procedures to make change the constitution should be very rigid when it is federation. Apart from this, you have dual constitution, one for the center and one for the state. There will be dual citizenship, citizenship of nation and citizenship of a state. All these are the features of the federalism, right? Next is unitary form of government. As we have told before, that is unitary is a centralized government. There is only one government, which means there is no need to divide of the power, right? In a unitary form of government, the parliament will be supreme. The reason is all laws of the country are made by parliament. Changes to the constitution also affected by the parliament. Most of the cases when you have unitary form of government, there will be parliamentary supremacy, sovereignty rather than supremacy of constitution. Instead of having independent judiciary, unitary form of government will always provide for integrated judiciary. It has flexible constitution. It provides unique cameralism. It means it will have one house, it has single constitution and single citizenship. So here parliamentary will be supremacy, integrated judiciary, centralization of power, no distribution of power, flexible constitution, and these are the features. These are all the features. However, when we come to India, it is different. The equation goes center is more powerful than the state. The constitution has been written in such a way. That is the main thing. That center has a more power than the state. Why we choose a federal form of government and not unitary? Because of vastness, physical features of the India, of the geographically big. It is huge. Not about diversity. Is vastness. I'm talking because of the size of the country. It is not possible to form centralized. However, we have diverse multiple regional cultural, all based of diversity exists in India. It is difficult to keep united. When what should be done is you should have very strong hand which keeps all the territories united. The states cannot move away independently if center has a power. If they go out of India, they might not serve independently. That is why our constitution has written in such a way. We have federalism. As we have vast country, center has a power and keeps all the states together. Federation has not been mentioned anywhere in the constitution. It did not mention uh, federalism at all. The first article says that India shall be considered as a union of the states, but not as a federal government. Right? It is union of states, not federal of the states. That means union of state. You that is states cannot move out of the India. That's why we use union of states. When United States uses federation of states meaning is we have come together on the basis of legal agreement. If we don't like to stay together, we will become independent. So the states have the freedom to become independent. Uh, so Dr. B.R. Ambedkar described as an indestructible union of destructible states. You cannot go out of country. The map can be changed. That is destructible. Changes, two states can be together, one state can be formed. That facility is there. This is about all. This is about federation and union form of government. Um, so center has more power than the state. That is, in India we have center and the state. We have head of the country is president who is directly elected. The states also have head of the states. He is called the governor, but the governor is appointed by center. Professor. So the state also have head of the state. He is called the governor, but the governor is appointed by the center. It is a feature of federation of a strong center. Your head of the state is appointed by the center. It means his office is subordinate to the center, that is president, and that is why the reason is emergency situation. The governor acts as the agent of the center. The center grants finance to the state. This ensures that the state depends on the centers. Like that, it works in India. Okay, this is about our topic. Now, thank you. Please share and subscribe my channel.